Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome back to another episode of Modded Megaquarium, a brutal campaign mode. Thank you very much for joining me today and continuing to show your support for the series. If you do enjoy this episode, please leave a like and a comment, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. So last episode we finished off with Metropolis and today we are heading into Hartcliff Research Facility. So let's go. Hartcliff Research Facility presents the biggest challenge you've met so far, but it's also a golden opportunity to create a really special aquarium. Your access to livestock is severely reduced here in Hartcliff. You'll be able to obtain most of your stock from merchants via the message log. Merchants offer a set of animals for a fixed price, but it's a one-time thing, so animals from merchants are difficult to replace. Be careful not to let any of them die. The good news is that you have inherited a significant amount of equipment with the facility. There is a well-designed maintenance room that supplies all the tanks via pumps. You'll need to redesign the aquarium layout to help guests find all the tanks, but if you continue to house all your equipment in the central maintenance room, you could significantly reduce your staff requirements. You have your objectives, good luck. Okay, just before we start this, I just wanted to mention I know there's a lot of new people here on the channel, so thank you very much for subscribing and for following along my little campaigns here. But if you are just come over from a Freshwater Frenzy campaign and you're a bit interested to know a little bit more about what's actually going on here, I've got a huge amount of mods within this game in here, the mod manager. So we have, I think it's around about 150 mods in total that we're playing with. I just basically went through the Steam Workshop and clicked yes, 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 and got pretty much all of them. And we're playing through the base game campaign, and also we're playing things a little bit differently. As you can see, I have my logo in the background just there. So I've actually edited the game files, the actual source code of the game, to add in a few special things which will only ever be seen in my series. And once we've finished this, we will be going through a Freshwater Frenzy modded series, which is very, very much like this, but in a sandbox. And there we can push the game to its limits and do whatever we like. We are currently just over halfway through the campaign, so if you want to go back and actually see what we've done so far and see my playstyle, see if you do like it, then make sure you go back and view. I think this is episode 21, so there's not too much to go back through and watch through the first 5 levels there. But anyway, getting into this today, I think the first thing we want to do is actually completely open up this level. So we will take away all of this and into there, and I'm actually going to get rid of this bit as well, because I want to just block off this with a partition wall, because that'll be far easier to actually get our staff out here. And I'm also going to increase it this way as well, just to round off the edges and make sure we've got a nice open area. Now this is severely going to cut down on our money, and we are running here a brutal mode campaign, so this is where it gets pretty difficult. But doing this, this is something I'm going to have to do anyway, and I think it's better to do sooner rather than later. So if we stick everything in there, we've actually got a lot of needs to worry about within these tanks, but I'm wondering whether we actually need these tanks at all. Could we just get rid of these and put something new in ourselves? So here we have some starfish, and here we have, let's bring this out to here and this out to here, so we can see if any of these are actually going to worry about being in a tank with some starfish. Because if we can get rid of both of these tanks, then we can just worry about the one single the Belfast tank to worry about at the beginning of this level. So these guys will be absolutely fine. Oh, actually no, they won't, because this is a cold water tank. So I suppose what we could do to start with is actually get rid of these starfish here and we will just worry about warm water tanks. And in fact, I'm going to get rid of this, I'm going to get rid of this, and we're going to put most of these, if we can. These will be fine together. These will be fine. And this will be fine as well. So it looks like everything here should actually fit into this one single Belfast tank. So let's move all of these guys into there. And we can actually move this as well to be back there. And then these ones as well. We'll pick all of these up, stick those into there. And then we can move these and put all of these down there. And we can come and put those ones across there and down like that. And then I think we can even... Oh, no we can't. Okay, so we can't put any in there. That's a bit of a shame. I was wanting to kind of block this off. But I suppose what we can do instead then, if we get rid of these there, and these bits just there, what we can then do is just do it like that. And have some stuff up like that. Actually, no, I'm going to change my mind again. We're going to have them up like that. Because then we can put some of the auto feeders on there once we get them. So we're going to need a pumping system in here. So we'll come down, grab a pump, bring that onto there. We don't have access to any of the really good stuff yet. So instead we will put 3 of those on. And we'll move this all out of the way. Just going to put it in fairly haphazard for now, because we will be changing everything around later on. I actually want to move this one out as well. Now, if you have seen in my other series, or if you've been watching this all the way through, I do like to edit my aquariums a lot. And actually change them around pretty much all the time. So we'll make an aquarium for a project, and then when that project changes, we might actually do something as crazy as destroy everything within the aquarium, get rid of all the fish, and basically start from scratch. I do find that a very good way of playing, and it's something I really do enjoy as well, actually editing the aquariums as needs be. So in here we're going to need 3 rock and 9 vegetation. That being said, when I do find a nice design, I do like to keep it in and make everything look nice and pretty. Going way overboard actually on the amount of stuff we have in the tank. I want to see, does this actually fit into this tank? Just, it's a little bit tall. I don't quite like having stuff sticking right out of the water, but I think we can get away with that. And it does make it look really quite nice. I just want to see, do we have any prestige items that we want to add in? So if we go into search and look for decor, then I think having a nice cannon, a compass right down at the front there, and we will have some barrels just by the cannon here. Okay, I think that looks quite nice. It's still a little bit bare from what I'd really want. So we'll have a look, see what kind of rocks we've got. We do have the live rocks. I do like the live rocks. So we'll stick some of those in just to make it look a little bit less bare. So that is that done. Do we have access to the padded benches? Yes, we do. Okay. So I'm actually going to add 3 of those in. Take the benches out and add these in the place just there. we're going to have a, let's see what we have, a chocolate vending machine. We'll place there. And I'm actually going to put a little wall behind each of these. And we're going to paint those. Let's see, paint is in here, I think. We've got loads and loads and loads of different paints. For this one, I think I'm actually going to go with one of the base game ones, the tropical ones. And we're going to paint these just like that. So we've got a bench on one side, and we will have the machines on the other. So in here, we can go down, we can get, let's see, a guidebook. We're definitely going to need those. We will have drinks machine in the center just there. And then we will have another guidebook thing on that side. And then finally, 2 bins, one there and one there. Okay, that's pretty good for that. We don't really need all of this space just yet. I'm going to leave it in. I'm going to let people wander around. Up here, I'm going to add in a toilet block. So we will segment off an area for that. Let's just call it on this corner for now. We only have the basic toilets. So we're going to add in 4 of those toilets. We're going to bring a wall out to there. And bring it across that way and that way. And now we can add in visitor doors, one there and one there. And then I'm actually going to put in the broom closet, the sponge sink, and another bin. And that's my usual way of making a toilet area. I'm not going to worry about the rest of the paints so far. We'll have a look at that as we go through. We do need a couple of members of staff. So you're actually a very good overall general dog's body. So we'll definitely grab you. You're actually a very good fixer. So we'll grab you. And I think that's all I really want for now. We may actually want a decent feeder, actually. Thinking about it, you've got 2... oh, Lorenzo. If we get Lorenzo, then we can start the talks as soon as possible. And in fact, we can start them pretty much now. If we get... where is it? Oh, there's so much stuff. There's a podium. And if we get a podium and we'll put it just there, it'll attract as many people as possible. We are going to need the guidebook supplies. So we'll add those in, and we are going to need a mic stand. So mic headsets are there, so we'll add that in. And then this, we want it to be, to be honest, first of all, we're actually going to want some ecology. We're going to want to boost up our ecology because there's a huge amount of research in this. And that is going to be 9 AM every 2 days. We can actually add some more in as well if we want. So let's actually do that. If we go for podium, we'll add in another one on this side and then another one in the centre. Say there. And then this one is going to be 12 every 2 days. This is going to be a Arabian angelfish talk. And then this one is going to be 3 o'clock every 2 days, and this is going to be a flame angelfish talk. So we get a lot of prestige. The only thing we've got to do in this is get to 2,000 prestige and have 70 guests a day. So we're actually going to open up the place now. We're going to fast forward through, see just how effective our layout is here. We've only got 588 money to play with, so we're going to have to be a bit careful as we start this up. And I'm actually going to go for some of the lower stuff first. So we're going to get the electric damsel, and in here we're definitely going to go first of all for the actually am I going to change my mind here? Yeah, no, I'm going to get the Uber heater, I think, first of all. That'll give us 900 heat in one tank. So I want to try and start using these. We saw just how effective they were once we got them unlocked within the Napolos level we've just played. So there's the electric blue damsel. Next of all, I think we'll go for something from level 2. We'll go for, let's say, a canary demoiselle. Get through some of these demoiselles and we will make a full demoiselle tank. We've got some messages here. We do have some for sale. Now, of course, this level is spoiled a little bit with the modded stuff because there is just tons of modded fish available to us. And so I think this level is going to be far easier than it was in vanilla. So as you can see, we're already up to 95. It's not huge, but it's getting there. It's okay. And are we actually making money here? There's a canary demoiselle. We'll go for pygmy angel fish next. So we are actually gaining. Well, we lost money there. So the end of this day will be our first chance to see just how much profit we're making. It's middle of the afternoon, we're coming up to it. I think 5 o'clock, so 17:00 is the turnover time. There's pygmy angelfish done. We're going to just backfill some of all of this, the basic research first, and then we'll go for some of the bigger stuff later on. But I want to focus mainly on prestige generating fish. So once we've got the basic stuff out of the way, we'll focus on that. So I've left this to go on for a while now, and we are making a decent amount of money per day. However, this could be a lot better. I think I've made a bit of a mistake with the science. So we're going to take this back and we are going to go for these neon tetras for sale. This is the best way of actually making money in the early game of each level. So we're going to grab that, and it's almost done anyway actually. So there it is. So we're going to get next. I like these floor tanks. And so we're going to grab a floor tank next. And then in here, I want to search for a poster. I'm going to get our posters up straight away as well. Now this is to make sure that we have enough money going forwards. So we're going to stick these right next to the door. So that one was the whales one, I believe. And then we have the sharks poster just there. And then people will buy from these. And then we'll stick our neon tetra for sales. Where are they? There we are. We're going to stick a few of these down this wall. So we have 4 of those. And now these are really, really nice money makers. And they will allow us to build up quite quickly in this place. I think one of the next things I want to do is add in another little room, an area around here with an observer tank in it. So we'll grab one of those. So we have the deep observer tank here. We do actually have a deep sunken observer tank. That's a little bit bigger as well. So we will have a little bit of space there. Oh, not enough money. Okay, how much do we need? 5,400. Not too much. So there we go. So let's just drag that out to where we want it. We will add in some things around the back there. We're going to get a little bit of negative feedback from this immediately. But now we've got a bit more money. We can block this off while we're working on it. This is something else I do like doing. When you're actually working on a project, before the customers see it, just block it off like that. And then you won't get any negative moodlets from it. We won't need to worry about anything at all. You can see we're getting a huge amount of prestige from both of these talks. And the more we can keep people in here, the better we will be. So our staff are starting to level up as well. That's very good. This is something we definitely want to keep on top of. It's something we really missed out on in the last level, and it really messed us up in the end as well. So with this, I think I'm going to need a bit more space in this aquarium. or we could just move stuff around a bit. Let's see. Yeah, I think if we expand just a bit, how much per level? 400 and... We get 2 more spaces. Let's get rid of those bits. Okay. And we'll put that down there. Now everything's looking a little bit haphazard here. But I think it will be okay once we get everything in. And then once all of this is up and running and making us some decent science output, then we will be able to change everything around and make it look a little bit more pretty. So we're going to need a way up just there. We're also going to need some power and heat for this. So we need not enough money again. Okay, let's keep it going while we're building here. We don't have to worry about any of this. Minus 622, that's not good. But we have just spent all of our money in the last episode. Or in the last day, sorry. So we'll let this boost up. Maybe for a couple of days we'll get back even again, get a little bit of capital to be able to spend on this. So a few days have passed, we've got our money up a bit, and I've added in all the heating and filtration systems down here. I've also added in a little toilet block down here because I noticed it wasn't actually reaching over from here. So that's something we're going to have to be aware of as we go through this, that stuff on the edges won't reach to the other side of the aquarium. We'll have to double up on some of the stuff there. But in this tank I want a huge amount of science. So if we have a look at here, I've also researched a decent amount of stuff now. Obviously we can't put these scalloped hammerhead shark in just yet. I do want to try and add something like that in. And we could make this our cold water tank, actually. So we have the ballan wrasse and we have the cuckoo wrasse. We have the common starfish. And we have the frilled anemone. Everything with there will work together. I think that might be quite good. I'm going to get the Uber feeders next, because I want to try and get these in as soon as we can. So in this tank here, let's actually stop you from fixing that. Let's come across and grab 2 large chillers instead and put those in. I might add one more in for redundancy, just one of those smaller ones. A basic chiller, because this is 180 and this will give us just about a little bit of redundancy so we don't dip below the minimum threshold there. And then yeah, let's actually have a search for cold water. This is everything that's possible to add in at the moment, but we won't be adding the moon jellies in, of course, but everything else should work together. I can't see any reason why they wouldn't. And how many of these can we have in? So these starfish grow up to 14, same as the ballan wrasse. So if we had one of each in, that's 28, 39, and then these don't affect it. So, we've got 180. That'll be, we're looking 39, that'll be 60, 78. So we could have, I think we could have 4 of each in. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, 78 would be 2 of each. And then 78 times 2 is 156. 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's actually going to do quite well for us. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there's those 3. And then these ones don't add to the the size in the tank, and they will eat our teamer. So go 1, 2, 3, and 4 of those. Now I need some lights. So get the, just get the basic lights, that's okay. Oh, we don't have enough money just yet. So we're going to have to play this a bit cautious and just try and get a bit more money in. There's 143. So the biggest thing is the food. So how much is the food? Now, in fact, I'm not going to be silly with this. I'm going to get rid of these ones for now. Because we've already got the cockles. That'll give us more money to play with. We know that we're going to need some light. So we'll put the basic lights on, which we can't do because they are really, really expensive in a tank of this size. So instead we'll just pretty this up a bit. We need 16 cave. Can we get 16 cave for this amount of money? I'm not sure we can. Tell you what, we'll let them be distressed for a bit. We won't let the customers in. We're going to save up a bit of money. Because these aren't going to die, they're just going to be worth negative prestige for our customers, which of course we do not want. So I'll let those play on for a little bit, let our money tick up just a little bit. So we want 2,700 for the lights. We're going to want about 3,600 just to fill this need. And then we're going to need to make the tank look pretty as well. So we can actually start making the tank look pretty, I suppose. Or we can just wait for a bit. Now I'm going to wait for a bit and wait for money to tick up. And we'll make this looking really nice. So beginning of a new day, our starfish have grown. We'll delete those growth reports. And we've got a decent amount of money now, so we can place in one of these plant drop-off scenery. I mean, this is just way overkill on everything, but I really do like those. So we're going to add that in. I want to add some prestige and stuff in here, but I do want to get those other cold water fish in. So we'll just pause the game while we get these in. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4 of those. And then we just have enough actually for the lights. So we'll come into here, scroll down and get the lights. And now we need just to wait for a little bit to get the Artemia. There we go. So the Artemia is actually 960. So we'll wait for more time. Hopefully we'll be able to get this before the end of the day. Come on, just a couple more sales. Couple more sales. There we go. Right, I'm going to drop this down now to make sure that we have it. I don't mind about money going into red because we know we're going to be safe for the next day anyway. But I just wanted to make sure that was in there. We also are also going to need at least one more of the tool stations. There is one of the first major animals which has been the rank 7 animals, which has finally been researched. So I think this California 2-spot cephalopod, the octopus, it can't be housed with other cephalopods, but it can be housed with everything else. It's 12, we've got 156 I think in there at the moment. So we could have these. And we can have... cannot be housed with non-other inverts. Okay, so we can't have those ones. These ones cannot be housed with any non-other inverts. So I need to make a little tank for these, but that'll be okay. They're both cold water. The old wife is cold water as well. Worth a decent amount of science, decent amount of prestige. Will eat fish of size 3 though. So no, we're going to go for the octopus because that almost definitely will. There's nothing I can see that will stop it from going into this tank. So we're going to research that one. We're at 100, minus 100. Yep, now we're positive again. That's why I wasn't too worried about that. So yeah, we can now actually open this place up. So we'll go through and just delete all of these walls. And you will see our science and our prestige skyrocket. There's the Uber feeder done. So we're going to go for the Uber filter next, and we'll get all of this up and running. And I'm hoping that we can get a decent amount of money. And I think that's where I'm going to stop it for today. Between episodes, I'm going to do a lot more of this research, because as you can see, if we come into here, this is all that's available to see. However, it's not all that's available to research. Once we get through this list, there's other lists, and this is the same on every single rank here. So what I usually do is between the first and second episode of each level is go through and just try and backfill a load of this research so that we've got a decent amount of stuff to play with. I also like to try and bring my money up so that at the beginning of the next episode we have a decent amount to start with. I think there's a couple of tanks which I might want to get. I can't remember where they are though. I'm thinking these, let's see, this 3x3 rounded tank. Or should we go for, no actually I'm going to go for one of the tiny wall tanks here. And we're going to put those, these guys, the Rosy Feather Star and the Elegant Feather Star, into that tiny little tank there. We may actually put them into one of the really small tanks, we'll see. We have loads of quests and stuff in here. We'll have a look at these next episode as well, and we will take your fixing up there. Okay, yeah, so thank you very much for joining me today. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like, comment and subscribe on the video and to the channel, and I will see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me by subscribing to the channel and liking and commenting on the videos. Thanks. See you next time.